Hey man, how you doing?
Alright, man. I've been following you since you started your page, man.
Dude, I really appreciate that. What's up, YouTube? I'm Derrick T, and this is another little session on my motovlog and helmet setup. All right, I learned a very difficult lesson the other day. I had a subscriber to call me, and when he called, the microphone that was, in my helmet that I thought was somewhat good at picking up what was happening inside of my helmet from phone calls, all of a sudden was not very good. The audio just wasn't very good at all. Here, I'm going to take you to a clip of that right now. Oh man. So you see the audio in there just wasn't very good. All right, what I did to correct that was a couple of things. All right, and if I can zoom in right here. All right, the first thing I did was I bought a Y cable, a splitter. This is nothing more than a splitter. I can pull that out. All right, so as you can see, there are now two microphones inside of the helmet and not just the one. And what I did for my cable management, this GoPro mount here, which is actually not a official GoPro accessory, but I bought that on Amazon, and I'll put a link to this holder in the description. This Y cable here, just for cable management purposes, I, took advantage of how this thing is made and how it's shaped, and I just ran the wire through there to give it a little less slack. That keeps these very snug against the helmet, and then plugging into the GoPro mount from there. All right, so that's what I did there. And then what I'll do is I'll take you inside of the helmet and show you if I can. All right, so there's the talking mic, so to speak. It's right in front of the cheek pad, and it's nice and snug. I can tell you now, the other one's gonna be tough to see, but it's behind this ear pad here, where my speaker is for the Sena. All right, and I'm using the Sena 20S Evo there as well. As well. So that's my solution to the audio, and what a difference it made. Let me show you this clip. James, my subscriber, was so kind and gracious enough to give me a few minutes of his time and make another phone call today. And so I'll take you to that clip right now. Hello?
Hey, Mr. T, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, sir?
All right. Were you busy?
No, I'm just out kind of riding around town right now. I watched the Steelers beat the Buffalo Bills, and it's a beautiful sunny day, and all is well.
yeah, that's what I was doing. Me and my brother was out riding our bikes and stuff.
Okay, cool.
I got home, I looked at my phone, I see you had left me a message there. Hey, man, let me call you.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you, when I talked to you the other day about, I know your brother took your shield from keep coming off your side shield. But see, if you just would have put new grommets in, it would have did the job.
Oh, on the side cover, yeah.
Yeah. I know you don't fix it for you already, but I was going to tell you, if you just would have changed your grommets out, it would have did the job.
I tried that. I tried the side to change the grommet out, and it just kept on blowing off. And I think part of the problem might be because one of the plastic pegs is broken off. Too. I tried to super glue it back on and everything else, but that just didn't work out. So I was already at a disadvantage anyway.
Okay, is anything else break on the plastic cracking? I know I how to do all this. If he just take what they call plastic weld.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about it works. It works real good. It does the job.
Okay.
I had some break myself, and I plastic weld them back together, and I ain't had no trouble.
Okay.
You know, and stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll definitely keep that in mind. It's good to know people who know how to do things.
Yeah. I told you I like to be around smart people. I like to talk to them, and I like to be around and listen to them.
Yeah. So, hey, I know we had talked the other day about dirt bikes and you know, people who ride them, and whether or not they should be street legal. What did you tell me you thought about that?
Well, I told you, not dirt bike. Dirt bike should be on dirt. You know, ride it, you know, on the dirt. You don't need to be in the street unless it's a street and dirt bike. And then when you're out here, you need to ride, you know, with some sense.
Absolutely.
You know, I see a lot of them out here, man. They'll get them up, they'll walk them, they do crazy things with them, and you know, if they gonna do that with them, I want them not to be on the highway.
Absolutely, yeah. I know one person that had asked me, you know, well, what if they're riding safely and obeying the rules? I said, well, the first rule is they're not street legal. You know, and I don't know, you know, if that has something to do with the kind of tires that are on there, you know, that they're meant more for dirt roads than they are for the concrete streets. I don't know what the thinking is behind the law, but the law is still the law. So that was my point to him, you know. And then he asked about, you know, people who ride the quad runners on the street. You know, he said, well, you know, you got people who ride Can-Am Spiders, and those have 3 wheels. And I said, I don't know what the difference is. I'll be very honest with you. I don't really know, you know, if it's a safety thing or not. You know, why they don't make, you know, 4-wheelers legal, but they make 3-wheelers legal. I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, you know them ATVs, you know, they were made only to travel on dirt and through woods, and that's why they made the way they made. They weren't made to be out here on no kind of highway. Yeah. You know, they were really, when they built them, they had the idea of working on a farm with them. Okay. You know. Okay. That was the idea, you know, for the hunters to go in the woods and bring out their deers and whatever they hauling out the woods. That's what they were made for. They weren't made to run. They weren't.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, and that was the thing, and I guess he was kind of defending that position. And I said, you know, my words, as harsh as they were, they had everything to do with the way that people were riding, you know, because like I said, they get together in groups of 100 or more, and they go out and they can shut the streets down.
Yep.
You know, and they're, you know, just doing everything that's unsafe, and you know, pedestrians are getting hurt because people are riding on the sidewalks, and I mean it's bad. So I'm like, if the police can crack down on that and people end up going to jail for it, then, you know, so be it.
Yep.
Because that's a little bit too much. And what happens is then you get somebody who's riding street legal, but the police are on edge, and they end up having to deal with the police that are on edge. We end up getting a bad name, those of us who are doing it right.
Yep.
You know,
right.
End up getting a bad name because of it.
You know, that's why you can't tag them, because they're not street legal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know that's why you shouldn't even be out here on the streets with them, because they're not street legal.
Right. Yeah. So even for the person who asked, well, should they be street legal? Well, I guess that's debatable. But the fact that they're not, you know, I would rather not see them out here.
I'm the same, you know, because they weren't made for out here.
Yeah.
You know, so they should ride them where they were made to ride at.
Ride them.
If they wanted to be out here, get a motorcycle and then they can be out here, not something that was not made to be on the no kind of highway here.
Absolutely, get a street legal bike, because they make those dual sport bikes like the V Storm and others like it. You can get a bike that's part dirt bike and part street bike,
yep.
And they're street legal. You know. Right.
That's what I meant about they got a bike that what they call dirt bike and highway bike. I used to have one. It was a Kawasaki 125. Used to ride it on the streets.
Okay.
Or used to ride it on out there, cause it was a street and dirt bike, what they call it.
Yeah.
And yeah, see, that's street legal, and you can buy a tag for it, get insurance for it. You know, you do that. You can do that.
Yeah, you can do what any other street legal bike what you would have to do. Which so yeah, that's the suggestion right there. That's the to do. If you want to ride on the street, do it legally.
That's right.
And I'm not all the way opposed to group riding, riding in large groups and, big motorcycle events and everything else. I don't have any problem with those. But why are we taking to the streets and going the wrong way down one-way streets and riding on the sidewalks and cutting cars off? And, that's the kind of thing that, why does it have to be that?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they sure do that now.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we don't have that big a problem with it where I live at, but they do have some tried,
Sure.
Yeah, and the police get on them, but, they try not to give them tickets, they give them warning, and, tell them that they're not legal to be out here, and they make sure they follow them until they go home, and they tell them if they catch them out there again, they will impound them. They'll take them and impound them. Yeah.
Well, they caught 4 people recently up here, and all 4 of them went to jail, and have pending charges against them. And these are people who were believed to be like the organizers of these types of events.
Yeah.
So the police have started their crackdown for sure. They last year they didn't do it. I have a friend who works in law enforcement, and because of COVID and everything else, and particularly with overcrowded jails and everything else, they didn't want to bring people in for minor infractions. And so literally, if it wasn't like a felony, like a murder or something, a very serious crime, the police were leaving people alone.
Yeah.
But once things sort of got back to normal, the police have made it known they're going to be cracking down on people who are riding illegally. So
yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah, that one that one you can't blame on the police. All police aren't bad, and they're not overstepping or just being something that they're not supposed to be because they pulled you over for riding illegally. It's like you need to be correct when you're on the street.
That's right.
So
he's only doing his job, and you should let him do his job. You should not give him no kind of problem because you illegal. You know what he's illegal.
Yeah. Yeah. He shouldn't be in that position. That's the truth. The police officer shouldn't be put in that position. But that's a story for another day. So yep. But I appreciate you calling me, and I definitely appreciate your support of the channel. That I was really happy to hear from you the other day.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, I've been watching you, man. I've been watching you. I subscribe, I share, I do all that. So I'm gonna keep on watching. As long as you put them out there, I'm still gonna watch them.
Oh, I'm gonna keep on putting them out there. Just your call kind of confirmed something for me the other day. I said, yep, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, don't stop, man. You got a good YouTube channel right there, man. I like it, and You know, every topic you hit, man, I like it.
So, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm getting ready to go inside and put another one together right now. I have quite a few hours worth of camera footage.
Oh, okay then. Okay,
So,
then. I'll be waiting for it when you put it up.
All right. It'll probably be up tonight.
Okay then. All right.
All right. Now, good to talk to you again.
You too.
All right now.
All right.
Bye-bye. So, hey, YouTube. You're Goldwinging with Derrick T, and what you heard was just me on the phone with a subscriber. We went out and redid the phone call just a little bit because from the other day the audio was really, really bad. So I'm hoping that this one is a little bit better. There's a second microphone now in the helmet, and I actually have a Y connector here, a splitter. So there are actually two microphones in the helmet now. One of them is just in front of the cheek pad, right around here. And the other one is actually on top of the speaker, but it's I was kind of able to get it where it's not on my ear too, so it's nice and comfortable and nice and snug, and hopefully we get a better audio. So let's head inside and see how it turned out.
Oh, problem solved. The audio in the helmet is great. I can hear everything. You're going to be able to hear everything now. And hey, problem solved. What I did was I used a splitter, and now there are two stereo lapel mics inside of the helmet. They're tucked away nice and neat, but also in places where the audio is optimized. And so I hope that helps you for those people who are struggling with your setup or don't know exactly how to do it or anything like that. Like I said, the goal of my channel is to get information out that just kind of is helpful to anybody else. So hey, if one person found this to be helpful, then it's a win. All right, so that's it for now. You're Goldwinging with Derrick T, and you all be safe out there. Till next time.